audience by watching.
All right, everybody. We are going to get into this interview I did on KRDO with Small Business Showcase. Hope you enjoyed. If you do, like and subscribe. And I'll catch you at the end.
And we're back. Thanks again for listening to the Small Business Showcase on this beautiful Saturday. I'm B Rad with the co-host Jake. How you doing again?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
So we've had a great first few guests, really inspiration, get things motivated. Now, we do have a group on Mondays that we run. It's normally for business owners, but I want to open it up to anyone listening. And if you happen to be able to come, it's at 10 a.m. on Mondays. It's Motivation Monday. It is a place where we motivate each other for the week, and it'd be a good place if someone's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur to come to that. So what I want to do real quickly here is give the address for that. The address is going to be 5525 Arendale, spelled Erindale Drive. There's a stairs on the outside. Go up the stairs, go through the big doors, and go all the way down. And we normally have cheesecakes by Michelle giving us cheesecake for this too. So we look forward to seeing you.
That's double motivation on a motivation Monday.
Definitely
Cheesecake? Sign me up.
So again, we want to thank our sponsors: Bo Huser, Jake Foster, Farmers Insurance, Brandy Pendleton, Pendleton Heating and Cooling, Stephen Christopher, Martial Arts and Mental Health, and Karen Veda with Claw and Shield. Up next, we have the man with that keeps our homes away from the bugs, Jordan with Jordan's Pest Control.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing well. How are you, B Rad?
Doing great. Now,
Good.
He normally has a mascot. His dog, unfortunately, he's not here. What's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Husker.
Husker. How'd you come up with that name?
I was born in Nebraska, so I bleed Husker red. So
That's my dad right there. We had a cat named Husker as well. I can't believe you said that. Wow. Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Just for my dad.
Well, his dog is amazing. I've met him a few times. So I am assuming with you having Husker, none of your products are deadly to animals, anything like that you use, correct?
No. All the stuff that I use, unlike the store-bought product, is professional grade and EPA approved. So the EPA goes through all the pesticides and everything each year and rates them on their toxicity and gives them if they're safe for animals, safe to be around kids, where they're to be used at, whether that's a hospital, daycare, stuff like that. It'll say on the label. And in pest control, the label is the law. So if you read the label, it'll tell you exactly where you can put it, how much you can put, the dilution rate. So as long as you're following the label on those products, then you're following the law.
So what made you decide to go and become a pest control business owner out of all the options? Because you did mention earlier while we weren't on the air that you wanted to be a radio DJ. So you're getting to live that today. So
yeah, it's a pleasure.
Maybe making you switch, but what made you go to the pest control of all things?
I've had a lot of experiences in life. When I first started working, when I got out of high school, it was a lot of manual labor jobs. So roofing. I worked at the Tyson fresh food plant, so cutting up beef and cattle, very physical labor jobs. And then when I was about 21, 22, I got the chance to go to London, and I lived in London for 4 years. Got a lot of office experience when I lived there. So I went on an internship and learned about working in an office atmosphere, downtown London, doing the tube, traveling, stuff like that. So when I came back, I was running a company with my ex-wife. And it was an international education recruitment firm. When we came back, my family's still in Kansas. I wasn't going to live in Kansas anymore, so I ended up in Colorado Springs. I walked away from that company, and so when I started diving into what kind of career paths I wanted to get into, I landed in the car business. I'm all about relationships. I love building relationships with people, and in the car business, I was doing that, but a lot of it was out of my hands as far as the people that my relationships dealt with. So the individuals I was building relationships with would have bad experiences with the finance manager or a manager at the facility, and then that would tank my reputation. So I wasn't able to build those lasting relationships. So after I left the car business, I pondered around, filled out some applications, and landed at a pest control agency and just fell in love with it. I was able to go to people's homes, take care of them, take care of their family, build those relationships. And from that, a lot of my clients told me that I should start my own business. So after 5.5 years of working in the pest control industry, I had the correct licensing as a QS to start my own business. So I spread my wings last January, and in March I launched my company. It's been a year and like 3 weeks now. I've been running Jordan Pest Control.
Congratulations. Would you ever go back to the W-2 job and do it again with the pest control, or would you prefer to be an entrepreneur yourself with year in?
I don't ever see myself going back to a W-2 position. I do now pay myself in a W-2, which I do appreciate that. But it's just, I have the freedom to take care of my clients the way I want to, and the freedom to explore different options to make sure I'm taking care of the client. Where there's a lot of red tape in all the other businesses and their practices that I don't agree with. It's been an emotional journey, one of the most emotional, and it's not for the faint-hearted, but getting through that first initial 3 months, 4 months, where it was really taking a toll on me emotionally. Like, I felt feelings that I didn't even know existed, you know, the stress and the worry. When you're starting your own business, it's not a joke. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever go back, and I don't know what the future has in store. I just want to help people out, and hopefully I can get out to a bunch of people here on the show and be able to help out families here in Colorado Springs area.
What are some of the most common pest problems homeowners and businesses here in Colorado Springs face?
That would be probably mice, especially towards the winter time. They like to come out and get into warm spaces, even bake at home with no food or anything. They just want the shelter. So they make their way in through the gap in your garage door, get into the garage, and then the garage is never sealed up, you know, extremely tight or anything. So they get in the plumbing, get into the utility rooms, stuff like that. So I would say mice, gophers. Gophers are a big deal on people with any kind of property. They tear up the ground and build big mounds, stuff like that. So they're a nuisance. We do have black widows. I have heard a lot of people say they've seen brown recluses. I've never seen one in the 7.5 years I've been doing pest control here, but I've seen many black widows. Same. So if you see a black spider with an hourglass shape on its back, do not get close to it. Call me. I'm happy to come take care of you.
Run away. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously you can handle the creepy critters and all these things, but like for context, when I go on the radio, there's a certain level of nervousness I have. When you're going to kill some of these black widows and things like that, do you have any bit of nervousness inside, or is it just like, nah, I got this?
I look at it like I'm taking care of my clients. Nothing gets in the way of that. I crawl in crawl spaces where nobody's been in there in years. I'm crawling through webs. I'm crawling through mouse defecation, stuff
so
like that.
The adventure.
It's an adventure, and then at the end of the day, I get to take care of the people the way they need to get taken care of. The problem with the pest control industry is it's gone away from technician focus, which is the heart and soul of the company. That's your face to face with your clients. That's the people that are out doing the jobs, putting in the work, putting in the extra work, and they pay them by job, so it's as quick as you can get in and out. The more you make, and with Jordan Pest Control, I want to bring more of the attention back to the technician. I don't want to pay a bunch of salespeople a bunch of money to go out here and sell my product. I want the word of mouth, for our service to travel around to everybody and get customers that way, because then I can focus on paying the quality technicians in the industry the right amount of money to go out and take care of my clients.
That's important, because we're in a world where the corporate America is not too kind or generous to its working class.
No, they send out these sales teams. You hear these stories about salesmen going up to your door in the middle of your dinner. You're eating your nice steak. It's halfway done, and then they knock on the door. They take up an hour of your time. They're drinking chemicals in front of you. All this nonsense. If you need pest control, just do your due diligence. Search for the right one that fits you. You know, make a couple calls. Hopefully I'm one of them. And just find the right company that's going to come take care of you and your family. And it's not just going to be another stop on somebody's route that's getting paid per job that's going to rush through it. Because a thorough inspection is the biggest thing in pest control.
Is there any preventative measures people do to avoid infestation at all? Like, even if they don't see anything, like, you know, you said mice is a big thing, so I'm assuming you say get a cat.
Yeah, or a cat, or exclusions. Just going around the outside of your property and making sure that the gaps and holes in the property are sealed up. Your garage doors, make sure that you're replacing the seal on the bottom. They can squeeze through the littlest of cracks and crevices. So if you see anything and you don't think they can get through it, the chances are they probably can. And then most importantly, just make sure you're cleaning up after yourself. I get called out to homes, you know, that that are really messy and cluttered and stuff, and that's just a breeding ground for infestations, whether it's roaches, mice, spiders, bugs, anything like that.
Well, we appreciate you for being on the show today. What is the best way someone can get a hold of you and just get at least a consultation from you?
Okay, so Jordan Pest Control on Facebook. My phone number 719-985-1249. You can call or text. JB Pest 719 on Instagram, and my email is jordan@jbpest.org.
Right on, Jordan. Thanks for being here and taking care of your clients and all of the creepy, crawly things that go around your industry.
Well, thank you guys for having me. It was a blessing.
All right. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. It was a really good time.
Bye-bye.
I look forward to being back with B Rad and them in the studio. Like I said, if you like this, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.